Welcome to today's Explainer. Listen, we're looking at a truly fascinating topic today because we are talking about exactly how you start your very day. Breakfast isn't just a meal to stop your stomach from growling. It's a daily, incredibly powerful opportunity to completely optimize your metabolic health and proactively reduce your risk of chronic diseases.
So what should you actually eat in the morning to stay healthy and energetic all day long? It sounds like a simple question, right? But the truth is, not all breakfasts are created equal. The quality of what you put on your plate first thing in the morning matters immensely. If you want to maintain your energy, protect your heart, and fuel your brain, you need a strategy.
Okay, let's dive into our roadmap for today. We'll quickly cover breakfast for metabolic health, heart and inflammation defenders, blood sugar stabilizers, gut and energy optimizers, and finally, our golden rule, avoiding processed sugars. We're going to transform a standard morning meal into a strategic health defense. Let's get into it.
Section 1, Breakfast for Metabolic Health, and setting the tone for your day.
As this quote from the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health points out, and I love this, eating a healthy breakfast is linked with better nutrient intake and improved overall health. The science here is just crystal clear. Building the right morning routine pays off for your entire day, ensuring your body has exactly the building blocks it needs to function at its absolute peak.
Moving on to Section 2, Heart and Inflammation Defenders, protecting your cardiovascular system.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how much power is packed into such a tiny package. Flax seeds are literally mighty. Because they're loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, they actively work to lower your LDL. That's the bad cholesterol. By reducing inflammation and cellular damage, these little seeds act like a shield. By just tossing them into a smoothie or your oatmeal, you can proactively reduce the risk of chronic illnesses like cardiovascular disease and diabetes. It's a brilliant, practical step on our metabolic roadmap.
Let's look at our next defender and see how this builds our morning strategy. Berries. According to the Journal of Circulation, the massive amount of antioxidants in berries is directly linked to a lower risk of heart disease. Plus, they're absolutely packed with fiber, which is going to keep you feeling full right up until lunch. But hey, a quick warning here. If you're buying frozen berries for your morning bowl, you absolutely have to check the label to make sure they contain zero added sugar. Seriously, none.
Rounding out our defenders, we've got nuts and nut butter. These are incredibly versatile. They bring a huge hit of essential fatty acids, fiber, and protein to your morning. And the real kicker here is that not only do they fight inflammation and lower your cardiovascular risk, but they actually help ward off that awful midday fatigue. They keep you so satisfied that they can reduce your overall daily caloric intake.
All right, Section 3, Blood Sugar Stabilizers, keeping glucose steady and preventing overeating.
This brings us to a fantastic compound called beta-glucan. Basically, this is a specific type of soluble fiber found in oats. And what it does is absolutely incredible. It actively reduces LDL cholesterol, which again lowers that risk of cardiovascular diseases. But just as importantly for your day-to-day, it aggressively promotes a feeling of fullness. Eating oatmeal literally helps you manage your overall calorie intake for the rest of the day. It's like a secret weapon against snacking. 13 grams. That is an incredible amount of protein for just one single cup of oatmeal. And on top of that, it delivers 8 grams of fiber, along with essential minerals like iron, zinc, and folate. The nutritional density of oats is just off the charts, making it an incredibly efficient way to fuel your body.
Another absolute powerhouse blood sugar stabilizer is the humble egg. A study in the Journal of American College of Nutrition proves that eating eggs at breakfast actually decreases the total amount of daily calories you end up consuming. They're brilliant for weight management. Plus, they're one of the best sources of choline, which is absolutely vital for brain development and liver function. And get this, their yolks contain antioxidants like lutein to actually protect and improve your vision. How cool is that?
Now here is a brilliantly simple swap you can make. If you're going to have bread, the type and how you prepare it makes a massive difference. White bread brings higher calories and a standard, often spiky, glycemic impact. But whole wheat toast? Completely different story. Not only does it have fewer calories, but the physical act of toasting the bread actually alters the glucose levels in it, significantly lowering its glycemic index. It's a tiny little trick that drastically boosts your metabolic health.
Section 4, Gut and Energy Optimizers, fueling your body and microbiome.
When thinking about optimizing your energy, a lot of people turn to options like Greek yogurt. The idea here is to grab that protein and those probiotics to support your gut health, which is directly linked to a favorable metabolic profile. But listen, if you incorporate something like this, you must urgently remember our golden rule.
Strictly avoid any brands with added sugars or artificial flavorings. A healthy gut needs whole, unsweetened foods to actually do its job.
The exact same principle applies to adding fruit, like bananas. They contain resistant starch that supports digestion without giving you that bloated feeling. Plus, they pack potassium to help lower blood pressure. Regardless of the specific whole food you choose to toss in your bowl or smoothie, the goal here is natural energy. You want to focus on foods that support healthy digestion without leaving you feeling lethargic, bloated, or, reliant on an artificial sugar rush.
And hey, if you're incredibly short on time, you might reach for a quick low-calorie protein shake or rely on the antioxidants in coffee to jumpstart your day. These are really popular choices because they improve glucose metabolism on the go. Just keep in mind that the ultimate secret to all of these optimizers is keeping them as clean and unprocessed as possible, so your body can actually absorb the benefits.
Which brings us to Section 5. Rule: avoid processed sugars. This is the key to maximizing your metabolic benefits.
To build a truly powerful defense against chronic disease, we have to look really closely at what we're adding to our bowls. Stick to healthy additions like nuts, seeds, and whole fruits. Avoid added sugars, artificial flavors, heavy creams, and artificial sweeteners at all costs. Ultimately, this entire text serves as a practical roadmap for optimizing your metabolic health through these very simple dietary swaps and the absolute avoidance of processed sugars.
So I'll leave you with this. Will you start eating these foods to optimize your metabolism and make your life beautiful? By adopting these really simple dietary swaps and completely ditching processed sugars, you're building a proactive defense against chronic illness. It's a roadmap to health that starts the minute you wake up. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I absolutely cannot wait to dive into our next topic with you.